Hello, my wonderful listeners. I want to welcome you to another special and wonderful session of success, leadership, and faith hub with your wonderful friend Barisikena Emmanuel. I want you to know that it's been a wonderful time hanging out with you, creating an unusual platform for everything that has to do with your life. I want you to know that connecting with success is the best thing that you can actually do for yourself. And I want you to make sure that you click on the notification button should in case any video comes across your way, and also like our videos, and then refer your friends to what we're doing, and we're going to get together to see that you become the successful person that you have ever wanted to be. Today I'll be doing something that is a little bit simple, or what people think that is simple, but for me it's very, very important. How to build a personal security. How to build a personal security. And let me try to explain this for those of you who may not be able to understand what I mean by building a personal security. I remembered in Nigeria, Africa, where I live, where a lot of people have actually made some statements like, I have a secure job. And that was about 15 years ago. People who work in the bank, they say that I have a secure job because the banks were paying pretty good. And where some multinationals, companies and blue chip companies and oil companies were the main employers of labor about 15 years ago. So people who gain employment in those places, staff of those quote unquote stabilized and secured companies will always tell people, I have a secure job, I have a secure job. And when you ask them, what do you mean by job security? Job security has to do with the ability to create an enabling environment that makes you a special person in that particular job, in that particular establishment, that it becomes absolutely impossible for them to push you out of the system, or for you to be retrenched, or for you to be laid off, or for you to be a victim of downsizing. But I've also come to realize that as trends, as globalization increases in recent times, there is absolutely nothing that is called a secured job. And for today, I'm not going to just be talking about building personal security around your job. I'll be talking about building personal security around your social life, building personal security around your finances, building personal security around your spiritual life, and building personal security around your marriage. So let's get going. I'm going to be sharing with us about 3 or 4 points on how to build a personal security. When we talk about the personal security, we are talking about creating an enabling environment that has a way of protecting your family, protecting your finance, protecting your business, protecting your skill, protecting your job, if you are into a paid job, protecting whatever thing that you are doing against external influences. External influences that you know about, external influences that you do not know about. Because one thing that is very, very important for every one of us to realize, that you can just wake up in the morning and having your own goals. You have set your own goals, you have set your own plans, you have put things in place when it has to do with your plans for the year, your plans for the month, your plans for the week. And somehow, somewhere, something just comes in, interferes into what you're doing, interrupts what you're doing. Your plans are shattered, your programs are dismantled by some kind of infiltrations, either by government policy or by organizational policy, or your health system and all that. Maybe you have a kind of skirmishes with your spouse, and maybe someone you lost a dear one, and before you know it, something causes a change in the system. So how do you build a personal security? How do you build a security around what you're doing? The first thing that you must do when it has to do with building security around every single thing that you are doing is to make sure that you monitor global trends. You monitor global trends. I want you to know that it doesn't matter who you are, anywhere you are. It doesn't matter the profession that you are into now. There is a kind of drastic pull away from the norm in all the things that we do as individuals. Because one is that the world has become more global and has become a global village as the seasons increase. The way jobs are done now is quite different from what is going on. Robotics, artificial intelligence, and nanometers have 3D presentations have actually taken over a whole lot of things. So even as a pastor or as a lawyer, as a medical person, I saw yesterday an online patient prescription, an application where if instead of you complaining about, okay, I've lost my patient's prescription, you can actually click an app and then the prescription can come out as a doctor or as a pharmacist. So all those who are still within the confines of that kind of analog quote and unquote system of prescription as a medical doctor, you are already afraid because someone is going to take over your job. You find machines are now taking over the jobs of people. This is one of the things that we must give attention to, whether you're a pastor, whether you're an engineer, whether you're a vulcanizer, whether you're a plumber, whether you're a student, whether you are an entertainer. It doesn't matter what you're doing until you give attention to global trends, until you begin to look at global trends. That's why you need to surf the net. That's why you need to do a lot of outsourcing when it has to do with information. You have to get a lot of information around you so that you will be able to secure yourself. How could you just wake up in the morning and then you click on the button of your employment company's sign in and you discover that they told you, sorry, you cannot log in again? And you're wondering what has actually happened to me. You've lost your job. Before they would just write you a letter, but now once you're not able to plug in, you're out of the place. So what happens to you if something like that comes across your path? So you need to look at the global trends, watch the trends of things, watch the trend of events in your passion, in the area of your passion, in your career, in your business, in your ministry, in your calling. Make sure that you rub minds with people who are current in what you want to do. That's number one. The second thing that you need to do if you want to build a personal security around yourself is to do what I call diversification. The 21st century is not a time for absolute focus. There's a place for focus. Someone said that if you are not focused, your life may end up as a locust. That means you keep jumping up and down. As long as that is true, as it may, but I've come to also realize that the law of diversification gives you an opportunity to lean on this other one. When it has to do with finances, you can call it multiple or diversified streams of income. Should in case this one collapses, you lean on this one. At this economic holocaust that has besieged the world, doing a particular thing only will never be enough. So it is imperative that if you want to have financial security, if you want to protect your family from external influences, you must make sure that you diversify your finances. Look for about 5 streams of income while you maintain the particular one that gives you the huge resources. Let every other one come into place. Once a little dollar here, $20 here, $1,000 here, $5,000 there, $6,000 there. Once this place collapses, you find something that you need to fall back on, and is also applicable to people that are involved into skills development. It's not going to be enough for you to stay in one particular area. Let's say also as a pastor, you want to do preaching, you're into a deliverance ministry or into prophetic prophecy or prophetic ministry. You need to also include the issue of capacity building, the issue of empowerment, the issue of financial intelligence, and also diversify so that once this place is not bringing the required resources, you can actually fall back on this. So that's the second thing you need to do. I said the first thing that you must do is that you must monitor global trends. The second thing is that you must employ the services of diversification. The third thing that you need to do if you want to build security around you is to create a corporate system for everything that you do. When I'm talking about corporate system, one particular thing I want to say when it has to do with corporate system is to build around your life a formidable team. Whether it's a company, whether it's a business, whether it's no matter how small it is, you must get someone that is also supporting you, someone that has a different skill from what you have. Because one is that it doesn't matter how intelligent you are, you need someone else. That's the way to build a system around you. You need someone that is into accounting, you need someone that is into business, you need someone that is involved in leadership development, you need someone that is involved in surveillance, you need an engineer around you, depending on the kind of thing that you're doing. As long as you're giving close attention to such kind of corporate system, you're going to be protected. A lot of people don't want to register their businesses in government. They don't want to register whatever they are doing. They do all those things. Fine and good. You may be able to evade tax. You may be able to evade some kind of responsibilities from the government. But you know what? Once you enter into a big mess, you may not be able to go to court. You may not be able to get justice. Why? Because your organization, what? Because you are just the one-man person. There is no system around what you're doing. And once you're captured, or once you have an unfortunate incident of maybe criminal liability around what you're doing, and once they catch you, that's the end of the organization. That's the end of the things that you're doing. So you must find a way to build a corporate system around it. Loosen up, get people to be involved in what you're doing. It's either you do control or you open up for growth. This is very, very important. And finally, for today, if you want to build a personal security around your life, around your business, around your health, around your finances, around your job, around whatever thing that you are doing, you must make God your backup. Until God becomes your backup, you may end up packing up. Until he becomes first, he's not interested in the rest. Anytime he is taken away from being the first, he's not interested in the rest. Let me tell you something. I don't care how things have become so bad around your life in this year 2021. I want you to realize one particular thing that you need to know is that as long as God is involved in whatever thing that you are doing, you are secured. Why? How do I know about that? Because it is him that understands the end from the beginning. He understands the challenges. He understands every aspect of what you are going through. He has the capacity to push your faith into the next dimension so that you can actually understand that the principles of life lies in what God says. I've come to realize that once I have my confidence in God, he knows the future. You know, one thing he said in his word, he said, I know the plans that I have towards you, and the thoughts that I have towards you, the thought of good and not of evil, to give you a hope and a future. That is the highest level of security that you can ever experience, you can ever have. And this is why it doesn't matter your strength, it doesn't matter your expertise. Having your confidence in man can actually disappoint you. You know, the first thing I told you is to make sure that you give attention to global trends. The second thing I told you is that you must make sure you employ the services of diversification. The third thing I told you is to make sure that you build a corporate system around what you are doing. But it doesn't matter how diversified you are. It doesn't matter even if you have monitored all the global trends. You watch CNN, you watch Al Jazeera, you watch Sky TV, you watch channels. You always surfing the net to make sure you meet up with the current trends. That's wonderful and powerful. Even though you have actually given attention to diversification, even though you have done so powerfully in the area of creating your system, there is one particular system, the God factor system, and that system is a system of favor, is a system of consolidation, is a system of success, is a system of upliftment. Beloved, I know that this is going to be a wonderful time for you. I pray for you. I pray for your business. I pray for security around your health, your business, your career, your finances, your marriage, your family. There shall never be any loss. Whatever it is that want to bring you down goes down in the precious mighty name of Jesus Christ. So do have a wonderful day. I remain your friend and your brother, Barisikena Emmanuel. Till I see you next time, God bless you. This is Success, Faith, and Leadership Hub with your wonderful friend. Plus, share those videos with your friends. Link up with everyone, and I watch you succeed. God bless you.